Welcome to the Savage Land, and today we want to go over Valaverse Condor. I've had this figure for about a week and a half. I was lucky enough to change my decision on going ahead and getting some Valaverse when I went to their website and ordered this guy here, Condor. I guess he was the last on the website because if you know now, if you've been checking the website, they're all currently sold out, I guess, until their stock comes in. Funny thing about Valaverse, I actually had them on pre-order at Big Bad Toy Store since July, but it was taking so long, got down to November, December, I erased all of them. Do I regret it? No. He is the one that I originally had on pre-order. I had a Sergeant Slaughter, and I believe I even had the Bone Collector guy, and I had the Kurak. I erased all those guys, but luckily last week, about 2 weeks ago, I decided to check on Valaverse, pick this guy up, and I'm glad he came in. So this is Valaverse Condor. Basically what this review is going to go over is go over him, Valaverse, and go over the Bravo weapons pack, which I just solely kind of let G.I. Joe use them to see how they link up. Was it a nice fit or not? And I will go ahead and say that G.I. Joe looked very, very nice holding these more realistic weapons. We'll get into that right now. First, I want to go over the Condor figure. And Condor, I don't know jack diddly about him. I never even knew anything about Action Force until this toy line came up. But Condor is kind of like more of your Duke. I guess he's an officer. So I guess he's more like Flint. Flint's more like a warrant officer. Pretty much, an officer in within the ranks. Let's go over the bad part, which I will say this. I'm not in this war with G.I. Joe and Valaverse. I thought Valaverse looked pretty good. The only reason I canceled them because they were taking too long. But he only has one bad thing, and what everybody's been talking about, the stiff joints. I'm not into the warm water baths. I'm more of a blow dryer guy. So I put a blow dryer to him, and he loosened up pretty good. His right or left leg, I believe it's the right leg, is still kind of stiff. But that's a good thing. That's better than him having loose ligaments, and that's really the only problem I have with this guy. Other than that, I think he's a grade A figure. I think he's very quality. Even though I am more for G.I. Joe, I will never knock something when it's good, and this is really good. So let's go over the good parts. Let's get into his paint. His paint looks really good. His pants have more of a plastic mold on there, and then his vest, let's go ahead and open him up. His vest has some nice paint on it. So his vest kind of has almost kind of like a Carolina blue paint. You can see the British flag there. It has like some scratch marks, like he's been through battle. And it just looks really good. You can tell they took the time to put paint on him, especially right here. They painted these little things right here. Oh, he has a glow stick. Cool. So those lime green highlighted things are a glow stick, some type of cord or a buckle here that's also painted. Flipping around the back, you can see the laces, the straps on his vest. Those were painted silver, some more silver scratch marks. He also has, man, I wasn't in the military. I'm from a military town, but I've never been in the military, so I don't want to get things wrong. But this insignia right here, I guess that's some type of ranking. I've watched a couple reviews on it, and it is, I guess in the British Army, that means something almost kind of like Special Forces type of patch. Let me set him back down here. As far as his boots, you can see they're pretty much in a green plastic, got the black buckles painted on. Boots look really, really good. So as you can see here, he has a black pocket painted on the sleeve. So everything that was cast and molded that need to be pretty much set a difference to show you how different, just to show you the different features of him, they were painted. And that shows that somebody actually took the time. And I'm pretty sure with Bobby Val and Valaverse, they took the time because they want to kind of beat out G.I. Joe. So they're going to go above and beyond because they know G.I. Joe is a good brand. So if you're going to be talking junk, you got to go above them. And one thing I will go ahead and throw out there, this is a little bit more quality figure than your G.I. Joe figure. But there's a balance and weight scale to it. Just kind of, I'll kind of just state the differences in between and how they kind of balance out. Let me back this camera up a little bit. As far as articulation, he can go in a T-joint with his vest. And see, my joints are real stiff, and it's kind of cold down here in my basement, so I don't want to put them up too far. This right here is going to kind of hinder. He has like a little piece right here that hinders that shoulder from going up all the way. But as far as his butterfly joint, he can squeeze that in pretty good to be wearing a vest. So if he needed to grab something with both hands, he definitely could do that. And I know my hands are real ashy, man. I just got off work. Too bad I don't have a studio crew or anything like that. I come in here rough and rugged just to do a review. But so as far as his arm, he has a great butterfly joint. I will say this. That drop down effect, even if it is a drop down effect, is way better than G.I. Joe's. And the reason why I say that because inside of here, try to get this thing to focus. Inside of there, you can kind of see that joint or however they work that mechanism in there. It's a lot more sturdier than G.I. Joe. I swear I get so scared when I start moving those G.I. Joe legs sometimes. It almost feel like it's going to pop and break, but it never does. Eventually, I think it probably will. But this area in here is a lot better than G.I. Joe as far as setup. Double jointed knees, and like I said, his legs were the part that was the most stiff. But that's pretty bad. He's almost kicking his own butt. You got to think, he even though he doesn't have full body armor on, he's still a man with gear on. And this is the one I was having problems with, that right there. And that's why I say that's the only bad part about it, just stiff joints. You shouldn't have to go through that. Like I said, it's almost kind of a good bad problem because it's better than loose joints. As far as he has a boot cut right here, which is good. Ankle rocker kind of tight on there. But I didn't have no problem posing this guy around. I mean, I pretty much posed him around at ease. He also has a cut right there on the thigh too. So with somebody with a lot of gear on, the more cuts in the leg, to me, the better. Just in articulation, in general, the more cuts, the better. He has double jointed elbows also, so he can do the money phone also. And then come up here, he has a bicep swivel also, so he can move this around. Hinges on his hand, they go up and down on the trigger finger, and they go from left to right on the left hand. So most time people are more likely going to be right-handed, so that's going to be your trigger hand, and he needs to move up and down more so than left and right. You take this helmet off of him. That's one. Well, his head kind of moves okay. Not as good as it possibly could, but it moves decently. It's sitting here on the hinge, so it definitely can go. He can look all the way up, and as far as down, he can definitely look into his own chest, which is decent. It's not bad. I think it could be a little bit better, but it's not bad. As far as his face sculpt, some people have been complaining that as far as the digital render, it doesn't look the same. And it doesn't. And the digital render does look a little bit better. But I think his face looks pretty good. I can't really complain. So got a good looking face. Good looking. I like to display him in this mask right here. I had quite a bit of time posing him around with Beachhead. It looks like he's on a special ops mix. I just like mask figures. So one good thing is they give you options, so you do have a choice. As far as weapons, we'll get into that. As far as the other weapons, as far as the Bravo pack, but he comes with his standard SCAR, combat assault rifle. I forgot the name of it. That's the acronym for it. I believe it's Special Combat Assault Rifle. Just made especially for Special Forces. They've been using them since 2009. I had to do a little bit of wiki on that. A lot of time with your military weapons, you're going to come across an M9, which is kind of like an M16 AR, and they're going to be modified. They're going to be modified for battle and war. So they're always going to look a lot more crazier and different from what you buy in the store. What you buy in the store is stock, which you can get a lot of add-on parts. I have an AR-15 myself, and I could add on a lot of stuff to have it look like this, because it doesn't look like this, but it can. You can modify all this stuff right here on the barrel. You can get your scope on the top there. You know, you can just do different things to it. I mean, I'm a weapons owner, but I'm not crazy over guns. I just strictly have pistols and rifles for protection. But we'll get into the other Bravo weapons, but this is the standard weapon that he comes with, and this one has a removable clip. Okay, so you can take that out and you can port that in. It's nothing hard, and it's not gonna hard to do, and it's not gonna fall out. It's actually quite sturdy. Yeah, his muzzle is connected. I mean, that suppressor looking thing looks like it's connected. That doesn't come off. Weapons. Far as his hands, we'll go through that. I'll do all that with the Bravo pack, but he comes with quite a bit. And his deco looks good. His deco. Oh, I forgot about this knife he had in the back. This is a knife that comes with him. Little small blade, and it's painted. Looks really good. Shines like it's real metal. It goes right in his back here. So he's militaried out. Oh, also he has so much stuff. He's like a real military guy. Here's his sidearm right here. The back of it looks like maybe like a Glock 9, but I've seen these type of pistols before, but I've never even seen one in real life. Most of the time when you get stuff like that, that's like Eastern Europe type looking stuff. He has another assault rifle, looks like it's from Eastern Europe, but I don't even know the name of it, but you'll see when I go over that. But his deco, he's decked out. He's decked out. He's decked out. If G.I. Joe was rated decked out at being 9.5, then he would be a 10. They're just a step above him, because they're going more for just exact military look. And this pretty much his combat helmet here. Night vision goggles on top, which I think is pretty dope. So he's accessoried out. He's a good looking figure, man. I give him an A+. Far as this G.I. Joe Valaverse war, which is quote unquote really not a war. And I'm thinking about doing a special about that. Just, is it really a war? Because I'm pretty sure Bobby Vala and the people at Hasbro are not at war. They're probably toasting like, yeah, we really got them. The grown men are at war, or whatever you want to call it, man. But he's a grade A figure. I really like him. I think he's dope. Now let's go into the weapons. So this is the weapons, the Bravo pack. This costs about between $12 and $15. It also comes with some fire and blast. These are really good weapons. I will say they're not stiff. Most time when you get weapons, rifles, they're gonna bend. They kind of make them pliable. These are hard. So why? Because the barrels won't bend up. We'll start off to the left. To the left here, you pretty much up top. You pretty much got your the tan and black gun. That's pretty much your AR. machine gun here, and then below it you have a submachine gun. I don't even know the name of that, but it looks kind of wild. It's a submachine gun with the scope on top. Pretty much got your 30 round clip hanging out the bottom. As far as your pistols, to the far left you have a silver looking pistol sidearm, which more like that's like a 45 Colt 1911. Up top you got the gold pistol. That's a Desert Eagle. I know what an Eagle looks like, and that's definitely a desert. Below that you have more like your Glock 9, maybe a 40 cal. It could be either or, but it definitely looks like it's in the Glock family. And on the top of those weapons you have a pump shotgun. And to the right, this is the gun that I said, the white and black gun. This looks like some Eastern Europe. They make quite exquisite looking guns over in East, like Czechoslovakia and things like that. I had a Czechoslovakian 9 a long time ago that was just top of the line. So they're known for making nice firearms over in Eastern Europe. Above that, I believe I want to say that's a 50 cal, belt fed. You got the green ammo box with the belt coming out to feed the gun. If I'm wrong, if it's some other type of caliber, please let me know. But more than likely, that's 50 cal. I had that in Roadblock's hand. That's what he would carry, like that Ma Deuce. And then below both of those rifles, you have a gold AK-47. It looks like with 2 gold clips that come in and out. You can port those in and out just like his Scar machine gun. That Condor comes with. Now these other weapons, they don't port in and out their clips. I know Valaverse boasts that a lot, but with your Bravo's weapons pack, I know with this one I only had one. That was that gold AK that came with 2 extra clips. As far as that 50 cal though, that green box, that does port in too. Rest of the weapons like that AR, that green and black submachine gun, those clips don't port in and out. Those are just strictly just in that mold, and that's it, which is cool with me. I'm not a big guy on the clips porting in and out. I think it's a cool feature, but if they didn't have it, you know, hey, I wouldn't care. Oh, also the green hat that Deadpool had on, that also came with this weapons pack too. I wanted to get him in that picture to show you that hat can also fit on him. They kind of being that Bobby Valor worked for Hasbro, he kind of made it to where you can mess with Hasbro items too. So shout out to Deadpool with that gold AK. I wanted to put that AK in his hand to show you that he can blast that also, and he can hold it very good. And he did. He has trigger fingers on both hands. He's a pistol shooting character. But I definitely wanted you to see him with that green hat on. But I was satisfied with it for what it cost, and you got blast effects with it that you've seen in the videos. The fire tips it comes with 3 with it. Also, Valaverse also has packs of the fire blast for like $3 a piece. You get 3 or 4 of them. So man, they definitely accessorize you. Oh, also that Action Force stand, that also comes with it. Everybody likes to show that off, but to be honest with you, I can give a damn about that. I'm more important, can the figure stand up on its own? And that's really my test of a good figure after all said and done. Can the thing stand up on its own? And Condor, my man Condor, can definitely stand up on his own. He's a good figure. I plan on getting more Valaverse. That Sergeant Slaughter, I took him off pre-order because I want the Sergeant Slaughter with the tank top and the fatigues like I'm used to seeing, because I have a more nostalgic feeling with G.I. Joe rather than Action Force. But I think he's pretty dope. I'm not gonna do a hype thing because you pretty much seen in my pictures how he stands up with all the rest of G.I. Joe. I mean, he's running right with them boys. So it's no problem for him to get down with him, and that's most importantly what people want to see, the height difference with. Will he mix and match with G.I. Joe? And it was the first time for me seeing it with my eyes. And if you would have told me he was a G.I. Joe character, I would believe it. But Valaverse, they're definitely complimenting G.I. Joe. That's why I said it's not a war. They're complimenting. The better Valaverse do, the better G.I. Joe do, and vice versa. So both of them boys are really sitting up toasting, having a big laugh, and more kudos to them. They're in business, and that's what business should be. You should make successful premium products. I mean, you should make premium products, and that should make you successful. But yes, Condor, Valaverse. Can't wait to get some more. I have the Night Force. Man, the Steel Brigade Night Force. I got 5 of those on pre-order, and like I said, I got the Sergeant Slaughter on pre-order. And I want the British guy who from Toy Analog. I'm going to get him too. Tony, man, I forgot his name. But there's a couple more. This Condor was a test. I definitely don't regret it. They run about $30. And that's what I was wanting to talk about. G.I. Joe usually runs about 22, 24. These guys run 30, and they come with a lot more. But G.I. Joe's a little bit cheaper. As far as the bar, them Edge and G.I. Joe, they got them by just a little bit. On this figure right here, especially when compared to a Duke or a Flint. And it's not much. It's just the little small things like the deco and just the paint and the accessories and the weaponry and his hands. I forgot to go over his hands. So his hands comes with a cupping hand at the bottom there. He has a right fist in the middle, and he also has a right gripping hand. Along with, on the figure, he has a trigger finger and he has a left gripping hand. So he has 5 hands, 2 sets with 1 extra. So like I said, he's just accessoried out, man. He's a dope figure. I really like this guy. I think Valaverse will do pretty good if they just keep it in this range here. Strictly going with, staying close to the military facts, and you can just splash them with G.I. Joe. Cool thing about Valaverse is, like I said, it got that Steel Brigade, Sergeant Slaughter, and who else defunct character they might have that they can pull up from G.I. Joe, and they can make it all mesh very well. Good job, Bobby Vala. I think this is a dope figure. I enjoyed taking pictures with it, and keep up the good work. If this is your first time watching my show, put a like, comment. Let me know if I messed up on some of the weapons. Like I said, I'm not heavy into guns, but I do know about them. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed. We're going to end this show like we do all other shows. When you step out the door, make sure you're being a person of integrity. Make sure you're living wholeheartedly. Until the next time, God bless.